everyone, and welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm Scott Wagner, and today I'll be joined by Bob Allen, head coach of the West Virginia State softball team. His team is 22-8 overall and 5-2 in conference play. Thanks for coming on the show, Coach. Now, your team has had a lot of success early on this season. Talk a little bit about some of the games that you've played so far.
Well, we played the number 14 team in the nation, Bloomsburg, and we beat them 2-1. And we played the number 12 team in the nation, which was Kuhnstown, and we got beat 1-0. We beat Shippensburg, and we got beat by Cal PA. But we're actually 22-7, and this is the best start we've ever had since I've been here, and I've been here almost 19 years. So we got a great bunch of kids that work extremely hard and are not selfish about playing every game, and they accept what we ask them to do, and it's been great to coach these kids.
Yeah, and then your early season schedule, a lot of regional opponents, as you just mentioned. How important is it early in the season to beat those regional opponents, especially, they really look at that towards the end of the year?
Well, the regional rankings haven't come out yet, but if we can beat some of these Pennsylvania powers, which we did, and our overall in-region record is really good, then there's a chance that we can get ranked in the top 5. And even if you don't win the tournament, if you're ranked in the top 5, you should go to the regionals. Yep. And of course you got the option of winning your tournament, and if you don't do that, then you can get in. Last year we finished ranked 10th in the region, and we got beat by Wesleyan 3-2 in the championship, and we didn't get to go, and I felt like we got slighted because I thought we were as good as some of the Pennsylvania teams that did go.
No question about it. No question about it. And that experience gained from last year's run to the championship game, how is that paying off so far this year?
Well, I think these kids are hungry to win this thing, and right now I would say that the top teams in the conference are us, UC, Wesleyan, probably Shepherd, and I would say those are the top 4. Anything can happen. We've split, Shepherd split, and Wesleyan's already split. UC is 6-0 and we're 5-1. So we play them Saturday. It should be great ball games. And if even if you would lose a couple, then there's still a ton of games to play. A lot of things can happen. Like Ohio Valley and Shepherd split yesterday, and nobody thought that was going to happen. Right. So you just never know.
Yeah, and so far this season, it really, even though there's a lot of youth on the roster, it seems like a veteran ball club with some of the leaders that you have. And it seems like really there's a couple leaders on this team that are just like really experienced, and even the juniors and sophomores have a lot of experience, especially from last year.
Yeah, Brittany and Kayla and Mallory are the seniors, and that's pretty much the left side, and they do a great job. Brittany kind of leads by example, and Kayla never shuts up, so she keeps things going. And Mallory's, she just has a lot of fun. So the kids are kind of relaxed, but at the same time, Nip, our defensive coach, is extremely demanding. He pushes them, and they respond to that.
Yeah, like you said earlier when we were talking off camera, you said that maybe as strong as you've ever been. Fielding, you're always near the top in fielding percentage, and that's one of the things that you hold your hat on as West Virginia State, is always near the top, one of the best fielding percentage teams in the conference.
I think we're more solid than we've ever been. We have more speed in the outfield. Maddie Best yesterday up at West Liberty made some catches, and she ran a football field to catch them, but she got to the ball and she made the catches. Brittany Hyatt, what can you say? She should be an All-American this year. She's just like a machine out there. Struggled a little bit last couple weeks hitting, but it's coming back. She hit the walk-off home run against AB, so her bat's coming back. I think she's still hitting like 389, something like that. Our team batting average is 313, which is excellent. And I think our team ERA is like 1.19, I think. So pitchers are doing a good job, defense is playing, and we're hitting the ball. Not hitting as well as I'd like to see us. We have 4 slappers, and we separated them the last week because what was happening is we what you want to do is get your slappers on base and then have some power hitters come up and drive them in. Well, we had 4 of them coming together, so we've broken it up a little bit, and that seems to be helping. I'm not sure it's how we're going to end up, but right now it's working.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of time before we go to break here. Kayla and Brittany Hyatt really lead the way as far as your power hitting goes, and then Maddie Best also has a lot of power as the sophomore. Power has been the progression of those players and stepping into those power roles. How about that with the power? Brittany hits for average, but she also hits a lot of balls over the fence.
Yeah, and she hits the ball so hard. Desiree Giffen's hitting the ball hard this year too, and Kayla is just unbelievable. She's the best 2-strike hitter I've ever had.
Yeah, and then and then you mentioned the slappers. You got a lot of players that can get on base. Talk about them a little bit and how they really set the table for those power hitters.
Well, you got Mallory hitting in the 1 spot, and then you have Sabrina scouting from Hemet, California. She hits in the 2 spot. She's a great bunter, hits the ball hard. And then you've got Hannah Griffith and Poppy Ramey that are slappers. Poppy wasn't a slapper when she came here, and we switched her over. And if she gets the ball down, she's nearly impossible to throw out. She can fly.
All right, Coach, thanks. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We're going to take a short break. More with Coach Allen when we return.
West Virginia State University. Experience the power of education.
Yeah, they'll change.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm Scott Wagner, here with softball coach Bob Allen. Coach, we left off talking about some of the veteran leadership on this team, some of the key hitters, and Brittany Hyatt, Kayla Stearns, Maddie Best, and your slappers. Now I want to talk about the pitching staff. You have a great group of veteran pitchers, and then you've thrown in a sophomore, and Jade Weinkoff has pitched really well, and then a couple of freshmen as well. So
Right.
The pitching staff has been really deep this year, a luxury that you haven't had the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, after Kelsey pitched the game against Bloomsburg, which we beat 2-1, she hurt her arm, and it began to swell and everything. And we've had the luxury that we can bring in Jade, and we can use Elena, and we can use Shayla, along with Sarah. And to be honest with you, I don't care who we have out there. I think if they're on, we can win. I really do, whether it's Jade, whether it's Shayla, whether it's Elena, whether it's Sarah, or whether it's Kelsey. If they're throwing the ball well, I think we can win.
Yeah, you're the players you've expected to have pitched solid for you this season, and then the 2 freshmen have really stepped in. One with the strikeout record, 16 strikeouts in a game, and another one, the first baseman, Wayant has been playing first base, came in a game and threw a perfect game. So got a couple of young throwers out there that can really step in and have looked good so far.
I really think that, of course, if Elena Wyant wasn't doing such a good job at first base, we would throw her more. But she's just playing good defense. She's a pretty good hitter, so she helps us there. Shayla is just every day she gets better. And Jade came back this year, and she knows what's going on now. Jade is faster than she was last year, plus her drop ball is, when it's on, it's killer. You can't hit it, or you're going to hit a lazy ground ball. And she's just, Jade's a great kid. She gives you anything that you ask for. She works hard and doesn't complain. Like yesterday, she warmed up for 2 games and never did pitch. Never complained a bit, and those are the kind of kids you want to get. She's a sophomore. So, when Kelsey and Sarah graduate next year, then you've got those 3 coming, plus we have 4 more pitchers coming in the following year, which not all of them will pitch, but they can pitch and play other positions. That's what we recruit. We want kids that can do both. So pitching looks bright. Now, replacing Kayla and Brittany and Mallory is going to be difficult. Brittany Hyatt should be an All-American. There's no doubt about it. we just got to keep fighting and try to find one.
Yeah, and then the pitching, how will that pay off at the end of the season, having that kind of depth? Last year, Kelsey Lorraine showed that she can grind it out and pitch a ton of games back to back, but to not have to do that, how will that pay off at the end of the season?
Well, our conditioning coach, Carrie Blackwell, is really dedicated, and our kids are in as good a shape as anybody we play in the country. They are in great shape, and that pays off when you play 3 games in a day or whatever. The thing about your pitching is if you can keep them fresh, normally a pitcher starts to tire and the legs go, and that's when they start driving the ball. Well, hopefully, when we go to the tournament or whatever, the pitchers we put in there can go the 7 innings, and then the next game, if we want to bring somebody else, we can. I've seen days when Jade Weinkauf's almost unhittable. Mm-hmm. When her drop is working and her changeup, she's almost unhittable. And she's what I would consider one of our relievers. We use her mostly to give them a different look. So, I'm tickled to death with our pitching right now.
Yeah, no question about it. It's fun to watch and good to see as you've been able to add pieces to the puzzle while keeping that core group together. It's been a lot of great additions to the pitching staff and elsewhere as well. The team had a 7-game winning streak over spring break, reeled off 7 in a row, got on a little bit of a roll as things started to pick up for you guys offensively and with your pitching. What was it like to see your team start to play that well, especially in those road games over spring break?
Well, all of the coaches, we've been tickled to death. Like I said, it's the best start we've had in years. As a matter of fact, I don't ever remember a better start. If we keep playing like we can, have the potential to break the win record here at school, which is 41 games. These kids can see that. These kids, I've been doing this for a long time, and if your kids don't have fun doing this, they're not going to stay. So we work them extremely hard, but we also want to have some fun with them. Yeah. And, Poppy Ramey and I have a constant battle going. She puts salt in my coffee or whatever she can do, and she's just a good kid. We have a lot of fun, and all the rest of them are like that too. They like to joke, but they know when it's time to get serious, and they know when it's time to play.
WVIAC play is just now heating up. You just played, I think, 6 games so far in conference play. Really good record at the start. You dropped just 1 game. Now, as the season really starts to pick up, how do you think this conference is going to shake out? It's going to be tough day in, day out to get victories.
Oh yeah, it's going to be real tough. And this thing, you're only 1 line drive away from losing your best pitcher. I mean, I've seen it happen before. You can be on fire, and then you get a pitcher that's got the flu, or you get a kid that gets hit in the knee, and they're going for the year, and you're in trouble. Yeah. You're in trouble. We had a Desiree Giffens, first time I've ever seen this happen against AB, hit a line shot to the pitcher, and it came off her knee, and it went in the air about 15 feet, and the second baseman caught it and threw to third base, and they turned a double play on us.
Wow.
I've never seen one go in the air like that, but the kid's lucky to have a kneecap left. and it was a shot. Yeah. So things, and normally when that happens, the pitcher throws a bad pitch. So hopefully we're going to stay healthy. If we stay healthy, I think we can play with anybody.
Yeah, and just quickly, Charleston coming up on Saturday, a doubleheader against them. This rivalry has really grown as these 2 teams have gotten better and better the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's great. It's great softball. They've got a new coach up there. He's doing a really good job. Seems like a great guy. We've talked several times. I look for 2 battles on Saturday. He's the big dog right now. They're actually in second place, which I don't understand. They're 6-0, and Glenville's 4-0, and Glenville's in first place, and I believe we're in third place. So, we're going to go out there and see what happens, and when it's over, shake hands. But I think that he's done a great job with them, and I think that he's going to continue to do a great job with them. So, which makes us work harder. We got to recruit and get kids in here that can play with.
All right, Coach. Well, great job so far this season, and good luck the rest of the way as conference play really heats up.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that does it for another episode of Coach's Corner. The Lady Jackets play Charleston and Wheeling Jesuit in the upcoming week. The UC doubleheader starts at 1 o'clock this Saturday at Lady Jackets Field. So long from the campus of West Virginia State University, I'm Scott Wagner, and I'll see you next week.